What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, definitely going to see this as we got a major backfire coming for that supposed special counsel, Jack Smith, this newest update, guys. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. All I will say is these rogue agents that have been coming after Donald Trump, these political witch hunts, will be lucky to have their freedom after these cases are all sorted out, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so drop straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
What does that mean for the people who are trying to put Donald Trump in prison? Well, it means that they have lost the will of the people, and they themselves should probably be going to jail. You saw yesterday that Jack Smith has been fired from the DOJ, that Jack Smith has been told that all of his prosecutions against Donald Trump must now go away because you can't prosecute a sitting president. This is a very exciting update, given the fact that Jack Smith is the one who will be investigated himself. We have that on good authority. Because Jack Smith has been obviously colluding with the Biden Department of Justice and Joe Biden administration to try and lock up, politically assassinate, judicially assassinate Donald Trump.
Finally, these folks, these rogue agents are being held accountable, holding their feet to the fire on these blatant witch hunts, efforts at interfering with the 2024 elections that didn't even work, guys. I mean, come on. Thank you.
To try and lock up, politically assassinate, judicially assassinate Donald Trump. And he should be treated like an assassin, ladies and gentlemen. He is somebody who is a political dirty bomb who is sent in. He did this in Virginia to Bob McDonnell, who was the governor of Virginia. Jack Smith should have his career destroyed and not be allowed to do this to anybody else ever again. Although it is glorious that now all of the lawfare against President Trump is collapsing in short order. Judge in Trump's hush money trial considers tossing felony convictions after election win. They were able to get one single conviction against President Trump. This was for bookkeeping records in New York, which is insane. You remember this sham of a trial, an absolute
100%.
Disgrace to our legal system. And of course, the judge overseeing this case is somebody who personally benefited from the case, so he should have been recused. His name's Juan Merchan. Juan Merchan is a Manhattan Supreme Court justice, and he has now decided that he's going to delay and potentially drop all of Donald Trump's charges. Oh yeah, baby. They're all trying to make nice now. This guy should be put in prison himself. I mean, again, I don't want to scream and say everyone needs to go to jail, but this guy's literally acted against the Constitution of the United States.
I don't think Benny would be wrong at all to scream that about all of these folks, these rogue agents that have blatantly come out with these, charade cases against Donald Trump. You're not wrong at all to say that, Benny.
The state of New York, his daughter was making tens of millions of dollars in fundraising, saying that they're going to put Trump in prison, and then daddy goes and tries to put Trump in prison. He could have sentenced Trump to Rikers Island. Now that will never happen. Manhattan judge who oversaw Donald Trump's hush money trial is expected to announce next week if the president-elect's historic felony conviction will stand. Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan has already delayed sentencing by more than 4 months to come after the election. He gave himself until next Tuesday to decide if the conviction should stand. Trump's overwhelming election win will further embolden his legal team to make sure that the sentencing never happens, CNN's chief legal correspondent said. Here, they're going to argue that the judge's sentencing could never happen because now that Donald Trump is the president-elect, they will say he's entitled to the same constitutional protections as any sitting president and cannot be prosecuted by state actors, which is true. Here's that.
I mean, and that was the whole thing from the jump. The Supreme Court even ruled on that presidential immunity, which further tangled up all of these, witch hunts on Donald Trump. I don't think even if he didn't win the presidency, I think he would have still fared all right.
As we know, their usual strategy is always to just try to get things delayed. But here they're going to argue to the judge that the sentencing should never happen because now that Trump is president-elect, they will say that he is entitled to the same constitutional protections as as a sitting president and should be protected from state actors, and in this case, state prosecutors. Now, the judge overseeing that case, Judge Juan Merchan, he's given himself a deadline of November 12th to decide if the conviction against Trump should be tossed. Based on the Supreme Court's recent ruling on immunity, if he tosses the conviction, there'll be no sentencing. But if that sentencing continues to go forward, this is the argument that the Trump team is going to make.
Well, what you going to do? You know, try and throw the single most popular American president in my lifetime in prison? That's what you're going to do? All right, buddy. Tread lightly. Tread lightly, man. We know this Trump team. We know them well. They're on our program all the time. And they got a chip on their shoulder because of guys like Juan Merchan. I think there could be some bad things that happen if someone were to investigate Juan Merchan, the money that his daughter makes, and his conflicts of interest. This guy should be disbarred, disrobed. This man should face his own charges. He profited. He profited off of putting Trump in prison. His family was making a fortune off of putting Trump in jail. In the fever dream that they kept selling literal smooth-brained sheep Democrats that they're going to put Trump in prison. Yeah, the Democrat Party is not...
Juan Merchan, he's not innocent in this whole thing. He allowed District Attorney Alvin Bragg to, use his court, turn it into a circus show. He needs to be held accountable too, guys. All these figures, these rogue agents need to be held accountable. I'm with Benny.
Literal smooth-brained sheep Democrats that they're going to put Trump in prison. Yeah, the Democrat Party is not good at defeating Donald Trump. Legal experts have already predicted that Trump won't face any time. Merchan doesn't have the stomach to imprison a former president or president-elect. Yeah, duh. Now that Trump has won, criminal problems go away. That's right. They are freaking terrified.
They say that, like, now that Trump won, all his criminal problems go away. I mean, all of his criminal problems are only coming after him to get in the way of him winning the election. I mean, come on.
It's all lawfare. Isn't it amazing how all of these cases drop? They all drop like that. They're gone. Gone. Like a fart in the wind. It's gone. What does that say about the cases? What does it say about the rigor of the actual cases? They're all fake in the first place. We have beat the lawfare. Trump was set to be sentenced in Tish James' BS case against him in just a couple weeks, but her ambitions have collapsed. The stage was collapsing as Tish James walked upon it to give this speech.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again.
Why do they talk like this? It's like they're such LARPers, right? They're like live action role playing, like resistance people. Like you can already see it. You can already see it. Like it's so cringe. This whole like we're the resistors. We're against the system. No, you are the system. It's just your system's failed, and we're building something new. Trump and Speaker Johnson should make it clear that Schumer and Gillibrand won't sign off on a penny of federal funds going to New York until James, Merchan, and Bragg stop their S. Yesterday, I predicted that Juan Merchan, now isolated as the rats scatter to protect themselves, would drop the political bogus trial against Trump. Reports today suggest that's exactly what's happening. Merchan should resign immediately in shame as well. Yes, he should. Prediction Juan Merchan will suddenly see the light and grant Trump motion for a mistrial. Letitia James will then suddenly decide to drop the case, pretending to do it for unity and good of the country.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. Those who want to go over there and check that out. I also guys to go over there and show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love. He's a solid dude, man. Oh my goodness, guys. We're finally seeing the day has come for all these rogue agents that have been abusing the legal system, bringing about, drumming up all these charade cases, political witch hunts against Donald Trump. They thought they were going to be able to interfere, get in between Donald Trump and that seat of the White House by bringing about all these political witch hunts, these charade cases, but it did the exact opposite. You know, it brought widespread coverage, viewership to Donald Trump, his campaign, and what he had going on because of the way they came after this guy. Folks started to relate more and more until it was ultimately too big to rig. You know, he brought in that much support, guys, and now it's time. You know, these folks who came after Donald Trump with these attempts have to pay for their actions. You know, we've seen Jack Smith, the supposed special counsel, the guy who had no merit to bring about the political witch hunts, these charade cases against Donald Trump in the first place. And now it's time for folks like Attorney General Merrick Garland to start being held accountable. You know, he was the point man of this whole thing, putting Jack Smith up to it. We need to not only hold the rogue agents who pursued Donald Trump accountable, but also their boss, the people who put them up to it also, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.